Hello. Not quite on the whistle today. I was in my season ticket as opposed to press box, block 6 in the North Bank. And Arsenal 3, Stoke 0. Thoroughly enjoyable day. Great atmosphere, very much improved by having Thierry Henry and Robert Pires sat in their box just above us. But a really excellent Arsenal performance as well. The big news before the game was that Wojciech Szczesny was dropped for David Ospina. Apparently Arsenal said in a pre-match interview that it was a decision made entirely on Szczesny's form. I find that very hard to believe, partly because he was quite so outstanding at West Ham on Boxing Day, but largely because of this huge disciplinary issue that has come out with the smoking. Arsenal played it down in his press conference on Friday, but it's clear he's taking it very seriously indeed if he feels he can leave Szczesny out. And I think it was a big risk for a few reasons. One being that we're playing Stoke today, a side who are very physical, big threat at set pieces. This was David Ospina's Premier League debut, let's not forget, the first time he's played in that kind of environment against that kind of opposition. We've got Manchester City next week. It's a time where we're going to need a goalkeeper to perform well, but Ospina had a very comfortable day, was not called upon, and that's down to an excellent Arsenal display back to front. Laurent Koscielny, what a different team we look with him there at the back. Some worrying signs. I have to say, when he walked out for the second half, he was limping, he looked a little bit in pain. I think he's still playing through a lot of discomfort, but it doesn't seem to be affecting his performances too much. He was excellent today and clearly can sprint when he needs to. It just seems to be hurting him a little bit. In midfield, Francis Coquelin continued ahead of Mathieu Flamini, and I think that's the right decision. I think, although his passing wasn't quite as sharp today, he showed a real ability to win the ball back. The Arsenal fans even came up with a song with him. They were refuting suggestions that they might be diphylactic, singing "We've only got one cock." I don't know if it's shared or... But, and up front, Alexis Sanchez, what more can you say? 2 goals today. The first one was absolutely brilliant, cutting from the left-hand side and just fired into the near post. I'm sure Henry, watching on, would have enjoyed that. And he is playing really... He looks every bit a world-class player at present. And by that, I mean he would get into any team in the world. There is not a side I can think of that he wouldn't walk into. And I include Barcelona, the club he left this summer, in that. He'd be in ahead of Luis Suarez at the moment on current form. And we're just very, very lucky to have him. We've got to stay in that top 4 because we've got to keep him. I think he's the key for us going forward. And, looking at the Premier League, I do think he deserves to be in contention for the big awards handed out at the end of the year. It's relevant at the moment. They'll start taking votes for the PFA Player of the Year next month, February. And I think Sanchez really deserves to be in that conversation. He doesn't get mentioned as much as maybe Cesc Fabregas, Diego Costa, Eden Hazard, Sergio Aguero, guys at City and Chelsea, because they are the teams at the top of the division, and there's usually a correlation between teams winning things and individuals being recognised. But it's often said that it's a bit perverse to give individual rewards in a team sport, but if you're going to do so, why not give it to one of the great, great soloists of the game? What Alexis is doing, I think, is even more impressive when you given the fact that Arsenal have been quite dysfunctional collectively this season. He's just a wonderful individual player, and awards or no awards, very happy to have him. Anyway, Manchester City next, and I suspect that will be more of a test. Cheers.